Hey, how's it going? My name is James P. White. That is Chris Mooney. This is the Bald and Short of It podcast. Hopefully, less angrier version. You want to get into that? Uh, you know, the of the seven dwarves, Grumpy showed up last time, but and I figured out why, Mooney. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
have the all about men.
Oh, there you go.
I was
Like,
just
yeah,
drinking straight out of the bottle, but
you
now I have the all about
the
men.
all about men. You were so preoccupied with little peckers
Yeah,
that you
that I
forgot all about men.
yes. And I've got the little pecker, which I like to call the Mooney. Then I've got the heavy, Quebec beers, and of course my go-to, the pill,
The
uh,
go-to is the all about men flask.
the all
Like
about men
like
flask.
in shadowy corners where people engage in illicit behavior and it's dark, it might be an alley. You lift that,
But you lift that up, and it just
nobody's really sure what you're there for. Somebody might be pinching drugs, somebody might be looking for something else, and then you pull out that flask, it says all about men, and there's a couple casual nods, and off you go to have some little pecker.
then, then we start doing the dance moves to beat it.
I
What are you
y
drinking?
like, I am drinking, I'm trying something new. It's,
Oh,
J&B, blended it's a blended scotch. I don't know why I like them so much, but, this, baby is 1.14 liters, and it
oh
was,
wow.
$44 at, at the Superstore liquor store, Kingsway.
We still haven't cracked my Macallan yet.
Oh, well, baby. I have, I'm waiting for my buddy Cozy, who's in from Japan, but I have some, ridiculous Lagavulin. I think it's 16-year-old. And it's something else. I'm saving most of it for Cozy, but maybe you could bring that over one of these times and we can get after it.
Yeah, it kind of depends on when he goes back because I have that music festival this week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I've never tried J&B. We've all heard about it. The only way I might have tried it, I don't think I've ever tried it, but I'm gonna try some now. I imagine it'll be like the Duas,
Oh,
which
you're just cracking that baby now.
yeah, I
Gi
thought
give
I
us
thought I'd have my first sucko, uh, on the cast, give you my first
give us,
impression.
thoughts.
Oh, it's good. It
'Cause
feels,
you were complaining about that other stuff that it was too peaty. Is this stuff peaty?
yeah, a little bit, but not as much um, as the Johnny Walker Black, which and I
But
think
that
that
Koa stuff that we got from, that stuff that you let me take.
yeah, yeah, I bet that was, right?
Yeah, because that you complained that it was too peaty.
I didn't let you take it. Friend of the podcast, Marco, was kind enough to gift it, and that was your
Yeah,
choice.
and you agreed because he gave it to you first. So I do
Oh,
have to
well,
thank
whatever.
you a little bit.
No, that's
So,
okay.
I'm trying to be nice.
I know, I
I
know.
have to listen, Linda, listen. When I try to be nice, take it because I'm not nice to you much.
No, no, that's
Like,
fair.
okay, I'm making an effort of trying to at least
It's
be
more fun
nice,
getting you worked up.
but I'm trying to be nice to you at least once a podcast because some
It's
people have claimed that I'm a dick.
it's your
Um,
Serenity Now exercise, eh?
yeah, it's it's part of my 12 steps.
One thing that I didn't know, if any bar that you go to is gonna have J&B scotch, and
I have
all I
seen it.
yeah, and like some guys go have JB or whatever, like, and people, it's just a vernacular, right? And it says rare. I don't know why, because they mass brew, distill it, and
But
distribute it. But
but I think it could be the same as McKellen. There's the cheaper stuff and there's the
yeah,
more
but you don't put
expensive
rare on the
stuff.
cheaper stuff. I reckon anyway. I mean, this bottle
No,
was like
but
forty
it's
four
just that
bucks.
one says rare,
Yeah,
which it might not have been the cheaper stuff. I'm talking like the stuff that they might have there could be the maybe instead of 12 it's 10, you know.
yeah. It just says by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, wine merchants. Anyway, my point though is J&B stands for Justerini and Brooks of St. James Street, London. For anyone who's interested, now I know what it means.
Now I feel better about my life.
If I walk into a bar and I go, I'll have a Justerini and Brooks on the rocks, they'll probably look at me like I'm retarded, but whatever. Anyway, that's what I'm drinking. Long story short, and it's good. I like it.
You should go to Sherbrooke.
Yeah, and ask for a Justerini and Brooks.
Yeah, they'll go. No, we don't even have whiskey. Um,
Yeah, the selection's a little light. They have whiskey though.
the but they don't have Jack.
No, that's like a principled thing, I think. Uh, they do have bourbon. I just don't think it's Jack. I think they have Maker's Mac. By the way, I also picked up 1.14 liters of Maker's Mac for $46, which is a really good
Oh,
deal.
that's cheap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was on sale. In fairness,
But all right, let's go through our week quick because there's a lot of there was
okay.
for those of you who may have left the country, Noah's Ark made a visit to Edmonton,
Ooh.
or came close. Like if you didn't see some of the rainstorms, we got hit. We were at the River Cree, and they had some flooding coming out of their floor drains, and that was spectacular.
Well,
Um,
let's start from the start. So we did our podcast well, less than a week ago, 6 days ago. A week ago, you and I met, but we covered that last Tuesday,
yeah,
and then we kind of had a little butt bang heads together a little bit, which was kind of neat. It was cathartic. I'm glad we did that. And then we hooked up on Friday to see David Lee Roth, which I was very, very much looking forward to.
yeah. What's one thing I realized about that venue, and don't get me wrong, I love watching shows there. I find the chairs very uncomfortable, and I ended up having like watching some of it from the hallway just because I couldn't sit there, and the chairs are too close together, and I can't stand. Like, yeah, but
Did,
I
did you
a
did you
great
try?
show.
Did
David
you
Lee.
hang on? Did you try standing on the chairs?
No, I don't do that. I did that once at a concert, and then I fell backwards.
Yeah,
And
I
the person behind me didn't give a shit and didn't catch me, so it kinda sucked.
and those
I
chairs are soft, and if you're gonna move at all, which you should at a good show, even just tapping your foot, the risk of falling for you is
It's
yeah,
quite
yeah,
high.
yeah. I get it. We should
And
next
and
time maybe you could get
a
on my
lot of
shoulders.
midgets don't like heights.
If you get dressed up nice, I could put you on my shoulders.
I'd have to wear a helmet.
I have a
Could you
man
just
eater.
could
I
you
have a
imagine
I have
what
a
people
man eater
would
halter
think?
top you could wear.
Could you imagine what people would think if I was sitting on your shoulders and because I'm afraid of the heights, I'd be wearing a helmet? They'd think I'm touched. Like,
Wearing a helmet and a sexy man eater female tank top. I think that's something to think about.
but, some of my friends who actually met Diamond Dave, like that worked at the casino, said he is the greatest guy. Like he's so nice, so much energy, just just a genuine dude. And like my friend Crystal and my friend Naomi were there working it, and they said like he was just such a great dude.
And like he didn't have a meet and greet, eh?
No,
Oh, too bad. Yeah. So just I'll explain later, but I didn't get to actually see the show. And so your review of the show is that it was great.
oh, it was fantastic. Um, and like I did miss the tail end because I just couldn't sit in there anymore. But
Well,
it
if
was
you're standing,
fantastic.
if you're just standing, and I think we were row 11, and if you're just standing there, all you're doing is listening to music and staring at ass, right? Right?
But also I did like it wasn't comfortable for me to stand there because the chairs are kind of close together, and the front chair kind of leans back a little bit. So I'm standing there, and the bottom of the other chair is under my chin.
Yeah. So next time we go to a show and I'm
We
getting
it
tickets, I'll get
needs we
aisle.
need aisle, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like middle aisle. I'll do that.
Like where
That's
we were sitting was great. It's just
Yep.
It was like we had awesome seats, like, and Dave was fantastic. Like
Uh,
for a guy that age, you know,
yep.
just running around, having a great time, like just wacky as hell.
Getting the crowd going. Like
Uh,
he's like I think we talked about it last week. He's for sure top 20 frontmen of all time, if not
but
top 10.
but he's more like what makes him good is he's not just a freaking singer. He's an
Charisma.
entertainer.
Yeah,
Like
charisma.
he's an entertainer. He's not out there to sing. He's out there to perform.
Yeah.
He's 71 years old
Yeah.
and running around the like he was probably running more than I've ran in the last 6 weeks
Well, I'm
just
sorry
on
I
that
missed it.
stage. Yeah. So,
Um,
uh,
for my part, like I went to I had to leave the where we were sitting at the bar, and I had to run off for a minute, and then I came back, and you guys weren't at the seats. You were kind of standing off from the seats, and all I was doing was looking. I'm like, oh, friend of the podcast, Johnny's over there, Jimmy's over there, but they're right by the seats. Maybe I got to pay. Maybe they paid and they're waiting for me, and I'm walking to right where my seat was. And
and it's all
before
blocked
I
off with
before I
security.
not then everyone just reacted. Before I got there, I didn't even notice. Then all of a sudden, my feet are wet, and I look, and they have those little like floors. They have the little gold. I don't know, maybe it's 4 and 5 inches diameter in the ground, and one of them popped up, and water was flowing out of it.
It's called a floor drain.
Floor
Um,
drain, sure, and
and
you
but
got hit by it, eh?
if it makes you feel better, dude, okay? That floor drain was right underneath my seat where I was sitting. So when the water came out of the floor drain, it was like a geyser. It shot up a good foot, but it was splashing. Like I had water on my freaking head. It was clean looking water, like it wasn't
Oh
sewer.
yeah, yeah. I was like, it's
It was
storm
like
sewer.
drain water,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
because we had Noah's flood that day, um, and
yeah.
the midget almost drowned, but
Yeah, and so for my part, not shortly thereafter, Andrea called me and she said the it's really starting to come down and the power's out, which is a bad sign for us because we have a sump pump and we also have a lift station in our basement, and they both operate on power. So just before we were going to go into the show, like around 8:30, she said
you had to run.
you have to come home, and she's not the type to do that. Like you don't go.
Like
She
if
doesn't.
like she wouldn't have done it like just willy nilly. It was
No,
I need your help. Please come home.
she's a great lady. She's independent. She doesn't. She would be ashamed to, like, or she was like, the type that's like mad or something. Get home. Nothing like that. So I'm like, if Graf is saying get home, you better get home.
Yeah, like
And when I did, like, there was already like an inch of water in our basement because what happened was just before this storm really hit, um, like you saw all those trees got felled and shit like that. There were trees in our alley where also our the lines that feed our home are, and one of them either got hit by lightning or just fell because of the wind or the rain or with the weight or whatever onto the power line, and it killed the whole grid around our house just before the storm really came. And you can bail like a motherfucker. Like Andrea was going nuts bailing, but if the sump pump's not working, you're gonna get overwhelmed. And she did. I did. Um, I was we were bailing water almost to no effect, and then I stepped outside, and Jim, my neighbor, was outside, and he had a backup generator going. He was watching the Blue Jays, and he's like, dude, like throw a cable over the extension cord over the fence, and I'll plug you guys in just to get the sump pump going. And we did, and sure enough, the sump pump kicked in. Whatever damage that was caused was mitigated by that. And you know what? Honestly, by the time I got home, it had kind of abated. But on my way home from River Cree to our house, we had to change directions from the preferred route twice because of flooding in the low points on the one on the Yellowhead and then another one on 118th.
Yeah.
And so I knew we were fucked. A block away from my house, there was a car on the road parked on the road. A tree had fallen on it. So yeah, it was shitty. I miss Dave. Last time I was going to see Dave was in Vegas. I think 22 or 21. And I think it was 22 because 21 would have been COVID. And it was at House of Blues in Vegas, and he canceled just before the show. So I missed that fucking one too. It looks like I'll never be able to see the guy.
But
But
but to your defense, Chris Mooney, and you know, I was commiserating with our friend Johnny after you left, and I don't think that we've ever actually seen a show with you where you've actually stayed
the whole time.
the whole time.
Well, I
It,
would have that one for
there
sure.
there was what was that one that we ended up doing the meet and greet?
Nazareth.
Nazareth. That
Yeah.
was the only show that we saw with you together. I went to go see the midget with you, and you had to watch hockey. Now you had to, row your boat. Um,
That's actually like I'm not offended, but like we've been dealing with that all weekend. I had to buy a wet dry vac, and the like the width of the nozzle is like the size of my hand. So you're doing like 6 inches at a time. I did my whole basement, sucking up all that water, and I
uh,
don't know how many buckets. And we got fans going. I tried to rent a bigger one from Home Depot. I get there to pick it up Sunday morning, and they go, "Yeah, it's not available. We canceled your reservation." I'm like,
because somebody
"That's."
else took it.
I'm like, "That's it. That's it." Like I got it. Here's my confirmation. They're like, "Sorry, we canceled it." Somebody kept it, but whatever.
Oh,
We
the person that had it before you were
Yeah.
supposed to get it didn't bring it back.
Yeah,
So
and, like, I had a fan that I rented, and it was due today at 10 AM. I brought it back at, like, 9:59. Like, I would have been felt like an ass if I got there at 10:01.
that
Um,
kind of reminds me. Did you ever watch Seinfeld?
yeah, of course, like, it's
Uh,
Andrew's favorite
like like
show.
like the rental car episode where he's talking to the girl at the rental place. "Sorry, we don't have a car for you." "Well, I had a reservation." "We have your reservation here, but you didn't hold a car." Yeah, no, we ran out of cars." "Well, the reservation keeps the car here.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can take a reservation all you want, but you have to keep the car." Like, just the way that Jerry did that, like, as soon as you said that, yeah, your reservation was canceled. Kinda reminded me of that bit on Seinfeld.
Yeah, and the dude at the rental thing at Home Depot, I showed him, and I'm like, it was like that, but I'm like, Listen, people probably do this." He goes, "I know, it's just the way the system works. It could work better." And I was like, "Hey, man, like, I bet people get mad all the time. I know it's not your fault, but I think we can both agree the system sucks." And he's like, "Yep." And that's all I needed, and
Oh,
that's all he
that was
needed
the
too.
guy from the Home Depot. He said that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, these guys, like, they got to take darts from guys like me who get worked up
But, yeah, like,
every
it
time
was
something goes
different if
wrong, and
they
it's
didn't
not.
hold it for you, but if the person that had it before you didn't return it,
Yeah,
then it's kinda
whatever.
not,
That's shitty too, but
yeah.
whatever. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, pretty much the last 2 days, just fucking trying to make sure that they're like, you're never gonna get rid of all of it because you have the underlay, and it's all gummy anyway. And so
Oh, yeah, that's and yeah.
like I
You're
took
probably gonna have to replace that carpet because
the deductible is $2,500, but we're insured up to 25 grand, and it looks like carpet, hopefully not too much drywall. We'll see. They said adjuster would call in the next 24 to 48 hours. So, none of my guitars, nothing, none of our personal items for the most part got damaged. So, it's just, I love our basement. It's so nice. It was like professionally done it was done when we had the house built. Everything matches. The All I would want is for it to stay the same, but it's fucked now. So, hopefully, when it gets sorted, it'll be just like it was before. But I mean, to walk in, it would be too until you step on the carpet, right?
yeah,
But
but
you can't get worked up about these things that you can't control. But I'm pissed that I missed Dave. That's
yeah, it was a great show. I just find it very claustrophobic in there. Like when I'm right
yep,
there up against somebody's ass, it's
yep.
just it's. or back. I was actually technically I was right at the back of their head because they were sitting down for most of it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but
Could you
it,
see the screen?
I saw the screen. I saw a lot. I saw a lot of it. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It was a great show. He did fantastic. But then hearing from other people after who got to meet the guy, finding out that he's just as kooky off the stage as he is on.
Yeah.
Um,
That's good. Um, by the way, friend of the podcast, Johnny's full of shit because the last show I saw with him was only a few weeks ago. We saw Honeymoon Suite and we stayed for the whole thing. So,
okay, so maybe we were just talking about the commiserating on the shows that we missed watching with you.
oh, like the three of us, maybe
Yes.
the three of us.
No,
Uh,
because I missed seeing the midget with you. Oh, by the way, you can't say that word. Um, I'm
yeah,
gonna
we'll
get
get
into
to
I'm
that.
gonna get into that in a minute. But
Um, the yeah, like if we went to see like Steely Dan or something, or I would be there at the end and you guys would want to leave and I'd be crying to the guys who are cleaning up, asking for a set list or trying to touch the hem of Donald Fagen's garment or something. But yeah. Anyway, that's not weird.
no, not at all.
um, yeah. So uh, I went and saw the UFC though. Luckily, like we worked all day Saturday, and then Graf's like, "Well, we should call it a day," and I'm like, "You know what? You're right." And uh, that was an awesome card all the way up to the main event. Conor McGregor and Max
That was
Holloway.
Saturday.
That was Saturday. Yeah. And so I took off to see that. A friend of the podcast, Johnny, got absolutely worked by me in our gambling again, and he had the hammer, so he got first pick. And we always bet $5 in each fight. First pick means you get more picks than the other guy, and you get the main event. And even though he won the Holloway McGregor, it was a thrashing that he took from me, and I even sent him some money after. Um, just kind of I felt bad for him because it was quite a beating that he took. Interacted him a little money later on when I got home, but yeah, that fight was horribly disappointing with Conor McGregor, and I don't want to belabor anything, but UFC, um, like Dana White was talking about how much it costs to do that White House thing, but I mean, in a game like that, marketing's such a big thing, and that was such a great promoter of the sport. So, like, you think about new fans that they acquired because that was one of the best cards ever for UFC in
Oh,
330 fights.
the one, yeah, the
Yeah,
one on
or
the
338 fights or whatever the fuck it was. Like that was one of the best, if not the best cards. Like every fight ended in a knockout. The matchups were great. And I mean, and then people who don't watch UFC were tuning in for the spectacle, like it's on the White House lawn, blah, blah, blah. And then your next card features arguably the most popular UFC fighter of all time, Conor McGregor, and the fight lasts a minute 9 with barely a punch thrown. Um, and I'm told that his purse for that fight was like $15 million. So
Oh, wow.
he gets in the ring like, and so think about this: you're like maybe a new person to UFC, you haven't really followed it, but your buddy goes, "Oh, let's watch the White House fights just for fun or whatever," and then you do, and you're like, "Wow, this product is awesome." Oh, and the next one's Conor McGregor. I think I'm gonna watch the pay per view. Maybe I'll
What's
buy it. And then they buy it, and then you get to the main event, and all the fights were awesome, by the way, up to then. And then you get to the main event, and then it's just like so anticlimactic. It's like a kick in the throat or the
which was the
punch in the
Ronda
gut.
Rousey at the White House, or was that a
No,
different?
no, no.
Okay, the Ronda Rousey was
That
a
was a
different.
separate promotion. Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey and Gina Carano. That was separate. That was Jake Paul's thing.
Oh, that was Jake Paul. That had nothing to do with
No, no.
UFC.
Anyway, really just terrible. I mean, the best combat type, like whether it's be boxing, MMA, like even Jake Paul shit, the best is that it's unpredictable, right? Because then you're not talking about match fixing and all that kind of fucking shit. But if you're a guy like Dana White and presumably like people aren't cheating and there aren't thrown fights and all that stuff, then you got to expect a little unexpected too. It just so happened that the unexpected was a punch in the gut with the McGregor thing, and I think honestly, I've looked at all the tape and all the highlights and everything, and it really looks like he came out way too aggressively, wanted to win right away with the kick to the head, and then when he landed, he blew out his knee, and that was it. So people can talk about conspiracies and they can talk about how he was hurt before or whatever. But if you watch that video in slow mo, and there's great commentary with Rogan on that, the way he landed, you can see like just the direction his body was going and the way he landed on his right foot after trying that left. I mean, you wouldn't want that to be your knee. I'll tell you that much. And uh, my first reaction was like, "Fuck that guy!" Like I turned to Johnny and I said, "Conor McGregor just fucked the UFC." Like, I don't know, but that's when you get all conspiracy ish and stuff. But there's enough evidence that the poor guy suffered a fucking terrible injury at the worst possible time. So anyway, that was Saturday, and then Sunday, of course, all we did was clean up. Um, I did manage to find time to smoke a prime rib and then reverse sear it, and that was incredible. Um, but yeah, that's foodie shit. I'm turning that into a French dip tonight with my meat slicer. So, despite the fact that my basement got flooded, I had a good week. And shout out to my neighbor Jim, who was the most kind guy ever. Even came down, had a look at things, and helped us out with his generator. And I gave him a bottle of vodka, but I also got him $100 gift card today at the grocery that I'll give to him for all his kind help. It's nice to have good neighbors like that, I'll tell you.
What's his name?
Jim.
Jim. To Jim.
To Jimmy. Yeah.
To Jim. And this is for you, Mooney, the little pecker.
I get to chat with the little pecker for a couple hours once a week. I don't know
Yeah,
I don't
what you
deserve anything more
jerk
than that.
off for eat jerk off for 2 hours? Wow. So, let me talk about my like the rest of my week. So, I had the wedding that like my friend's wedding on Sunday where I did the pro serve because I was giving out jello shots, which actually was quite cool until I realized um why he thought of me, which is quite funny. So they gave me the tray and I'm walking around.
What were you wearing?
What's that?
What were you wearing?
I was wearing my suit. Like so I didn't
Just a
have
regular suit.
I just like I had a golf shirt and my suit jacket. I actually looked pretty slick. But we don't want to go into that. So they give me the tray and they go, okay, here's your jello shots. You walk through the bar and you give them out. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm walking through and I'm doing it for about 10 minutes. Then I walk by Ryder, who was the guy who brought me in to do this. We've been friends in radio for a really long time.
Sure.
And he goes, "Hey, look at her mini bar." And like he said that to somebody else as I walked by. And I'm like, "Mini bar?" And he goes, "Look at your tray." He had written mini bar on the front of the tray that I was carrying around. I didn't know he had that written on there. That was like brilliant. Like
That's
a
awesome.
midget walking around with a mini bar. So yeah, I was giving out like did that for about an hour. So I did 7 hours of pro serve to give out to serve booze for an hour, which I protested, and they actually ended up paying me. But and I don't want to get into that, but because
Okay.
but it was I was doing it for a friend, and actually my friend Grant Johnson, who I did the show with, um, previous
Yeah.
like my radio show with it was Grant Johnson and Lachlan Cross and myself. He actually was the officiator, so he actually married them. So
Oh
I
wow. That's
he got his license to marry, and it was such a cool wedding. So I served booze until like the shots until the event started, and then or like till the wedding, and then shit got drinking. Um,
Well, that must have been nice to catch up with a bunch of old radio
there
friends
was
too.
like 90% of the people that were okay, half the people that were there were ex radio people, but then like my old boss was there who's still running the station in
Cruise, yep.
Calgary,
Oh,
and a bunch of other like it was just a fun night, but one incident kind of really bothered me, and I am gonna vent. And Mooney, you can jump in a minute. Just let me say my piece.
you got you
'Cause
got you got the runway, buddy.
because you know where I'm going with this. So as I was passing out the shots, like, so we were at the pawn shop. So it's the old Central. So no, Union Social Hall. Yeah, you've been there.
On Argyle and
Yeah.
99th. Yeah. They call it
So
pawn shop now?
that's like they have like two different.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's pawn shop slash Union. But so I'm walking in, and there's one part where people were sitting, like there was a bunch of cushions, but they had a step that was really high, and I couldn't lift my foot that high. And I said, "Do you want a shot to this couple?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Can you come to me? I can't lift my like this isn't midget friendly. I can't lift my leg that high." And the girl looks me straight in the eye, deadpan. Like I don't like. I'm pretty sure she wasn't joking. If she was, she did such a great job. But she looked me straight in the eye and said, "It's little person. Midget is very offensive. I'd never want to hear you say that around me again." And I'm like,
Well, you got a
"Huh?"
scolding too.
And I'm like, "Huh?" Yeah, it's very offensive. I don't, you should not say that word. And because I was there, for my friends, I didn't want to cause a stink because I was there for my friend's wedding. If I wasn't, I would have gave her a piece of my left foot. Like, it who are you to tell me what I could say about me? Like, if she was a midget, um by the way, I'm looking at the screen here and it looks like I'm looking at the floor, but my camera's up here and it kind of bugs me. It looks like I'm staring at my uh, keyboard all the time, but I digress. But it really pissed me off. Like, who are you to tell me what I can say about me? And to give the God's honest truth, and I mean this with every ounce of my soul. When you call me a little person, I get offended because I don't like the term little person. I'm a person and I'm either a dwarf or a midget. I've been called a midget since I was fucking 3 years old by people. And I claim that word. I use it because it has no power over me. People have used that word for years to be offensive. I don't use it to be offensive. I'm not saying it to you to piss somebody off. I'm saying it because it's part of who I am. It's part of my identity. I grew up around that shit for my entire fucking life. And who are you to tell me what I can say about me? Like, I can understand it if you were a little person and you were offended, or if you have family that's a little person. But if you're just doing it to protect the Little People's Association of fucking America, go there. Like, it's I'm talking about me. Like, for you to tell me how I represent myself is like me telling you, Mooney, you have to wear a wig. Your bald head is a very offensive.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
like,
That Karen probably has pronouns in her bio too. Like, and it's like, wait a minute, you can't tell me, like, the way that was said to you too. Um, where the fuck do you get off? Like, my first response would be, like, I'm a midget. Like, am I offensive to you? Like, is my presence around you offensive? Like, these are terms, commonly understood terms that we use to recognize a distinct group in society, kind of like Eskimos or whatever the fuck else you want to use. It's not denigrating. It's not meant to be. And if you decide that it is, that's your decision, not anybody else's. And you have no fucking right to tell anybody what words they can and can't use. And like, talk about how fucking ignorant and selfish and narcissistic this person must be to tell you that you can't use the descriptor that you use for yourself, you know? And she's
Yeah.
going to be the first person to defend some guy with a dick changing in front of my daughter. So, you know what? Go fuck yourself, that person. That's all I'm going to say about that.
But
I
but
I I used my get worked up quota for the month last week.
yeah, but that just pissed me. Like, who are you to tell me? Because, and by the way, so that people know, I just don't throw it willy nilly. If there's little kids around, I do not use the word. But I actually do get offended by the word, by the label little person. It just rubs me the wrong way. It reminds me of those freaking Fisher Price toys that we
Yeah,
had when we were kids, that you stick these little square people in freaking boats. But
I
it's
agree. I agree. And like going back to my point, um, like the actual term midget, it doesn't really have any connotation except that when someone says it, we know what they mean. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like
but
again,
technically
it's not. How is that
technically
offensive? How's
speaking,
that?
I'm
How
not
is that less offensive than little person? Like, hey, little guy. Hey, little. Like, if I say it to my buddy, you know, like besides you, like, hey, little fella, or
oh
whatever, and
hey,
I don't even say that to you unless I'm trying to bust your balls.
you
You
go,
know,
oh,
like,
you're so cute.
yeah, right. Like that's actually not that I don't get to choose what's offensive and what isn't. Every individual makes that choice for themselves, but no individual has the right to dictate speech or to claim authority over anybody so that they can feel better about themselves, in my
But no
opinion.
one has the right to tell me what I should be offended by.
Hmm. Yep. Okay, well, I'm sorry that that happened, man. Um, and like, I'm sorry. you know what? You can handle yourself. You don't need my sympathy.
No,
I'm
but I
sorry
didn't
that
I didn't say
we
it
have
I didn't say it at
myopic,
the time.
fucking narcissistic Karens out there that think they're doing somebody a service. It's like I bet she didn't even see the irony. She's insulting you while telling you that she is the arbiter of morality. Like how fucking myopic and narcissistic do you have to be? Like fuck that person. Holy shit.
But yeah, it had me worked up for a bit. I was really kind of pissed off. I was trying not, but I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, and technically speaking, and this is biologically speaking, I'm not actually a midget. I'm a dwarf. Because a midget is midgets and dwarves are classifications, but for years the word midget was used to encompass all types of little people. But so technically, I'm a dwarf. So would she be offended if I said, my little dwarf legs, like, which
Yeah.
technically I am? I have achondroplasia, which is a type of dwarfism. But yeah, it just yeah. I don't want to go into it anymore because it's
Yeah, you know
getting
what?
crazy.
I'm in your corner on that shit. Like
Hey,
where do
and
people fucking get off? Like
but
I wish I was there. I would have said something.
But one thing I just realized, you know how we always start the Bald and Short of It podcast, circling the toilet bowl of loathing and hatred.
Yes.
I think we need to change the because of the stuff that happened at your house with the flooding, and me being stuck in like basically above a floor drain. I think we should change it from circling the storm drain of loathing and hate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to dwell on that.
No,
Hopefully it'll all be
but
resolved.
circling I just about drowned at the casino, dude. Like like the water was coming up my back. Like
Yeah,
when I
like
went in
I
it,
think it
it
died
was
down by the
under my
time I got there,
shoes.
but that I had to pay my tab, or I was trying to, and I had to retrieve my beer,
And
and it was going about a foot and a half above the ground.
they wouldn't let us pay our tab. They just told us to go away.
Yeah, That which didn't sit right with me either. I don't like being
No,
everyone's
but it's
pocket.
just that but I think because they basically kicked everybody out of Tap 25, even the people in the further back, because the water was going all the way in.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, um, the focus for you from that night, Saturday, was it Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah, it
Of
was
course it was.
Saturday.
Is that you got to catch up with some good friends and you had a good time. And like for me, for all the shit we endured, we also got help from a nice neighbor, a kind person that didn't have to go out of their way to help us, but did so nonetheless. And those are the things we should focus on, so we don't lose our minds, and so that these fucking loser, numbskull, fucking Karens don't get the upper hand.
But also one thing that I realized at that wedding is this man, James P. frickin' White, has self-control. Because I'm serving, and like I was serving the shots, and people kept, let me buy you a drink, have a shot with me. And because I was serving, and under pro serve rules, you're not allowed to drink when you're serving. I did not have a drink until I was off shift. And then I was double fisting that drink.
Yeah, did you was it an open bar or was it?
No, but like you got drinks at the beginning, but then Ryder, who it was the groom, he said when he was done the things, he goes, "Yeah, James, that was giving running the mini bar. You know, if you haven't bought him a drink, buy him a drink." And
Oh,
people
that's
were
all
buying me
oh
drinks
fuck.
all night.
Yeah.
I
I
think
should
I
have
paid
crashed
for
after
one.
that. Yeah, nice. Well, you grinded. Good for you, man. And I
Yeah,
bet you had a good
it
time.
was it was fun, and I would do stuff like that again. Actually, I met a lady, actually a friend of mine. Her sister is getting married, and at her wedding, she wants me to do the same thing.
Nice.
And I said, you don't need to pay me. I'm like, just tell people to tip me, and that's good enough. And and she's like, oh, okay. Like it's all about getting out there in front of people, having fun,
Oh,
and
that's great. We got to make business
I'm all
cards.
about networking.
Yeah, well, like, gotta make business cards. Damn it.
Yeah, I have to take the James P. White, the stripper business cards to with me to the music festival. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, uh, good neighbors are hopefully in abundant supply. I fear they aren't, but I'm lucky to have a couple, and that's a good
that
thing.
was so cool, and I was really kind of concerned when you left because you, for those who don't know Andrea, she's not the drama
Dramatic.
queen type
Yeah.
that goes, oh, you know, I need you home. I need like no she there was an emergency, and it was cool that that you didn't fight her on it and just went, okay, I'm on my way.
Yeah. Well,
And
you know what? You know somebody like in over 13 years together, she's never said you need to come home now. And like she already sort of gave me the heads up when she said the power went out, but I'm like, all right, off I go. And you know what though? I have to admit, the when I got into the Uber to get home from River Cree, like the sky was blue. And I looked to the east where our house was, and it looked like there was a receding cloud like heading east and everything was over. And I'm like, I'm in the cab and I'm like, really, Andrea? Fucking really? And then I get home and I see like felled trees on the way and roads closed, and I'm like, oh, okay. Fair fucks.
okay, so let's get the majority of the what I like to call it the Mooney Minute, which is usually a Mooney half hour when it comes to sports. But bringing you live from the Bald and Short of It podcast, circling the toilet bowl of loathing and hatred. Here we have the one, the only, Chris Mooney with the Mooney Sports Report.
Okay, you know what? We should definitely time me. Like you can time me starting now and give me a minute. I bet I'll get better. Okay, but highlights. I already went over UFC. Thank God. Major League Baseball All Star 2 day thing starts tonight. Um, by the way, the Blue Jays for the All Star game, which is actually tomorrow, tonight's the home run derby. The Blue Jays have 3 representatives. 4 were voted in. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was voted in as the starting first baseman, but he decided to take it off so he could rest his back, and I'm glad he did. That's a mature decision, especially for a social guy. He's putting the team first. So Vladdy's not starting. Ernie Clement is the starting second baseman. Dylan Cease is the starting pitcher for the AL in tomorrow's All Star game, and he's only the 4th Blue Jay of all time to start for the AL in the Major League All Star extravaganza. The Oilers signed Colton Dock to a 2-year, 1.5 annual average value contract, so 3 years, 2 years, $3 million. He's a young up and comer. He's 23 years old. We got him in the trade for Dickinson and Murphy. It might not feel so bad giving up that first round pick for them to take on Mangiapane's contract. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he produces in the fall. He looked really good over the 13 or so games that he played with us, and in the playoffs with less ice time. Seems like the perfect Mike Babcock guy, and he's a local kid. So keep your eye on Colton Dock, the final piece in the puzzle for our 23-man roster. I think we're a little bit over. Some guys might get moved. Stay tuned, but nothing's imminent because guys are at the lake. World Cup of Soccer, so much to talk about, but Jimmy's bored. um, if
I'm
even
just
if
counting the minutes.
even if you don't like soccer, okay, it's been really exciting. There have been lots of upsets. I mean, hell, Switzerland took Argentina in their quarterfinal match to extra time, only to lose. But I mean, the fact that they did it in 90 minutes is really impressive. Canada, fuck, they made it to the round of 16. That's pretty impressive considering where we stand in world football, as they call it. Uh, England beat Norway. That was the last game. I couldn't watch it on Saturday because I was doing my basement, but I ended up when I got home watching it. Went to bed at 2. I PVR'd it. I kind of knew England won, but I wanted to watch it. Um, say what you want about soccer, but when so much is on the line, all you need to have is a team to cheer for. If you don't, um, why don't you get on a gambling website? Because I'll tell you something, it's legal now to go to BetMGM in Alberta, to go DraftKings in Alberta, all of these third party websites. Not that I'm a big gambler, but even if you put $5 on a game and you know your friends are watching it, believe me, it'll be more exciting. But the semifinals are Spain and France and England and Argentina. And I'm not a soccer expert, although I played provincial level and almost national level when I was a kid. Um, the Spain uh, France game is might be the winner of that game might win the World Cup. England and Argentina, for some strange fucking reason, I got a soft spot in my heart for England. I can't remember the last time they've got this far to the quarterfinal stage, or sorry, the semifinal stage. But the fact that they're there means that they'll play the maximum amount of games they can play because there's a 3-4 uh, game despite the final. So every team involved gets at least 2 games. I like Argentina over England. Not that it matters, but I'll be cheering for England. And Spain, France is an absolute toss up. And keep your eye out for Spain. Last 2022, it was Arsenal France Argentina France in the final, and Argentina won in penalty kicks. So I mean, this is the best of the best. And if you want to watch soccer at a high level, like this is as high as it gets. So tune in. I think the first game is tomorrow, Tuesday, and at the Eskimos are 4-1 now. They beat the Red Blacks. I'll leave it at that. I hope it didn't take too long, Jimmy. Sorry.
Okay, you have 30 more seconds to make it 5 minutes.
Mm-mm. That's enough. I don't want to
Okay, I actually want to bring one thing up sports, which I'm
say. And
not
by the
sure.
way, just like with the whole sports thing, like it's people talk about sports all the time at the water coolers and whatever. And I think I just gave the highlights. I'm not like getting in depth analysis. So
All you have, oh, believe me,
I
you have
have, I have, and I'm working on it.
you've talked about players' underwear color. You've talked about racing. on this fine podcast, and I threatened your life.
And I
Um,
haven't since because that's a real threat. I
that
live with it.
that
I
is
live
because I
under
know
it
where
every
I
day.
know I actually have I actually have your address saved as my favorite one of my favorite addresses on Uber. I could be there in 10 minutes.
You better
Um,
delete that before you do the job because otherwise you'll be one of the first suspects. They'll be like, "Who's that little pecker that was at his house?"
okay, so do you know anything about the Raptors?
Toronto Raptors. I'm
Well,
not a basketball guy, but yeah,
but
like I
the
follow.
Kyle Lowry thing where he signed for 1 year
Yep.
contract
No, it's
so
not a
that he
1 year
could
contract. It's
he could
1 day.
retire his jersey with the
Yep.
Raptors.
Yep. That's a feather in their cap. He won his only MVP title with them, I think. Um, I think he was drafted by them. Great football player, great guy, or basketball. Sorry, great guy. That's a nice feather in the cap for Toronto, and it's good for them to publicize it.
But I hear they do that a lot where someone they want to retire with a team that they just signed for like for like a $1 contract or whatever it is, so that they can retire. That seems like a common thing, isn't it?
Not that common. I mean, guys retire every year. I mean, new players come in, old players retire, or guys make the decision that that's all they want to give, or whatever the case may be. It happens all the time, and I mean, it's only in the cases of, like real all-star type guys, like generational type guys, like Ovechkin, or like I remember when Gretzky played his last game for the Rangers, I cried. And I'm like one of the few times as an adult that I actually sobbed, and I was alone. like I can tell you that it wasn't
Yeah,
performative.
yeah. You're in a good spot in life when you're alone when you're crying.
Yeah.
The only time
Um,
you've ever cried. Um,
Really, like sobbing like a kid? Yeah. Anyway, getting back to your question, it players retire multiple, like, I don't know what the number is for all the different sports every year, but it's a lot, and first of all, you have to be a player of note. Like, if I'm a fourth line grinder, like Derek Ryan retired quietly last like a year ago, and if he said, "Oh, I'm gonna retire as an Oiler," he's already an Oiler, but no one's going to give a fuck. But Kyle Lowry built himself quite a career. He might be eligible for whatever version of a Hall of Fame basketball has. And for him to do that is just sort of a nice little, that was my favorite era of my career or something. So it's as much publicity, I think, as anything else. But the franchise wants to honor the guy too, and I can't. It would be shitty of me to cast a pal over any of that.
but you know what? You know what kind of chaps my ass a little bit about that is when I retired from the Canadian half pints, they didn't do no big ceremony when they retired my 2.5 jersey. They just went, okay, there goes one midget. Put that jersey on someone else. Um, they all look the same. Um,
Well,
but here to retiring Kyle Lowry.
well, to Kyle, all about men.
By the way, I promised you I wouldn't drink whiskey on the podcast until towards the end because I get a little angry. So this is actually just water.
Yeah. Um, that's good
But
because
it's all about
hopefully
men, baby.
put that close up. Put that up to the camera so everyone can
Oh,
see it.
everybody know like trust
No,
me, I
I
had
want to see it. I want to see it. All about men. James P. White. All about men. I love that. That's awesome.
yes, but that was our sports update with none other than Christopher Matthew Mooney. I don't even know what
Brendan.
your whole name is.
Brendan.
I prefer Matthew, so I'm just going
Okay,
to call
listen.
you Matthew.
One thing I should like, I didn't read the article because it was an opinion article in the journal. I follow the Edmonton Journal on X. I follow Sportsnet on X, all that stuff. That's how I know about Kyle Lowry. Like if I care, I read it. But one thing I noticed about the football game, which I also PVR'd and watched later, um, with the Eskimos, is that it was a beautiful night. I think they played Friday, and uh, like it was no, it wouldn't have been. I think it was Thursday, Friday or Saturday. Fuck if I can't remember. But anyway, the Eskimos played, and um, and it was a beautiful night out in Edmonton, and we haven't seen a lot of those this year so far. And they're 3-1, and there was thousands of empty seats in the lower bowl, and like nobody sitting in the upper bowl. And I thought, oh, that's too bad. And then it reminded me of the quote from the president of the Eskimos from like a couple weeks ago, Chris Morris, who said, you know, the changing the name cost us millions, or like millions upon millions or something. I don't doubt it, but I also came across, like I said, an opinion or a headline advertising an opinion article in the Edmonton Journal that said um, low attendance threatens professional football in Edmonton, which is sad to say, because I'm a fan of the product. I don't like the name change, but that's no reason to. That's like you get like wanting to run them out of town is like cutting off your nose to spite your face. So we should go to a game.
Yes, I'll have to wait a week or two, but
Hmm. Well, the last game was at home, so I reckon they won't be playing at home for a couple weeks, probably. But we'll see.
probably August.
Let's keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Reno, which I'd be on a plane right now if it weren't for all the things impacting my decision making. So
Like
I'll have
like
time to
the
do other.
flooding of your house.
Yeah, that's something I should mention because I had to cancel my flight to Reno, and it was $350 um, for my flight and hotel. I presume that's US, and they also charge a $49 something fee. It might have been an airport fee or something. So I was $399 for the thing that I had to cancel, and then
Wow.
they charge a $400 cancellation fee, but it goes against what you paid originally. So I owe them $1 over what
So
I've already
you
paid.
canceling your flight and not going, you owe them $1.
It's a charter, but yeah,
Oh, oh, it's not like
you book right through Caesar's Rewards. It's a charter. Like
oh,
like Edmonton doesn't have direct flights to Reno through WestJet. Like so if you're gonna fly direct to Reno, you go with Caesar's Rewards there. And I was looking forward to that trip. I wish I was on that plane, but whatever. You know what? One of my highlights each week is talking to you. So, I mean, I'm lucky I have a fine enough life that it's not devastating if I can't make it to Reno for a week, right?
I would have been okay if you weren't here, but I still love you like the brother that I like to keep tied up in the basement. But
What are they? Chunk? Is that from?
no, no, actually that would have been
Is
what
that
was
Goonies?
yeah, that's from Goonies. But it wasn't Chunk. It was the Hey You Guys guy. Um,
Yeah.
what was
Are you
his
sure?
name? Hey You Guys.
Are you guy?
Which is Sloth.
Sloth. There you go. Chunk was
Yeah,
the fat kid.
yeah. Chunk was the fat kid that always had food,
Yeah,
and
I could have been him too, I guess.
he had food in every pocket of every piece of clothing he owned.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the Hey You Guys. Uh, I wanted to bring up something because I just saw this. Sam Neill. You know who Sam is?
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. He passed like Jurassic Park and many other things. He passed away today,
Yeah,
the age of
I saw
78.
that. And like anybody who sees his face knows who he is. Even
No,
if you
he's
don't
been
know
in
his name.
tons of stuff. He was
Even if
in
you don't know his name. Um he's been in so much shit that we don't know. Like he's like that third line center that you can't win a cup without and that every team needs, but he's not on the marquee. Do you know what I'm saying?
but the one that jumps out at everyone though
Yeah,
is
of course, Jurassic Park.
is Jurassic Park.
But
Like
think of
you
all the
think
great movies he's made, and then they go Jurassic Park. It's like a Hollywood
and like
blockbuster.
he did Event Horizon. He was in Peaky Blinders. Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams. He's been in tons of stuff. Hunt for Red October.
Oh, he was great in that.
The Horse Whisperer. He was in like Thor Ragnarok. Um, he's in so many things. You can't even name them all.
Just a reliable guy too, right? Like you
And
don't
but
get
just
that much
but
work.
you
You don't
he
get that much
stands
work
out as
without the
just being like a nice guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't get that much work, particularly in those blockbuster things, because there's good nut there, without the respect of your peers and your colleagues and audiences and everything. I didn't. One thing I about that announcement that I didn't know was that he was from New Zealand.
No, I didn't either. Like
Yeah,
couldn't really tell it in the way he acted. Like
I don't like for all the
some of the
roles.
like Australian or New Zealand actors that you couldn't tell by hearing them speak that they're from these places.
Yeah,
Like a prime example, did you know that Mel Gibson is Australian?
of course I did. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't tell it in the way he speaks.
Well, I don't think he's ever had an Australian role like where he spoke with his accent. I don't know
No,
if that's by design, and that's what I'm saying about Sam Neill is, um, for all the work I've seen him do, I don't think I ever saw him do a role where he used his natural accent. Acting.
I try not to use my natural accent because then I sound from the
You
like
sound like a midget.
from the Oz from Oz. I represent the Lollipop Guild. Lollipop Guild.
Yeah, right. Um, uh, the funny thing about the Wizard of Oz is like the guys with authority, for some reason. And when did that movie come out? The 50s.
Oh yeah, it was.
Like the guys who were in authority always had the gravelly voice. I am the mayor.
Oh yeah,
I'm
because
like,
the
oh,
thing
okay.
is a lot of like dwarves like myself. Um, we have deeper voices. You actually have to force it to to go higher, so it does have the gravel to it.
That's kind of ironic, don't you think?
But there are some little people that aren't the type that I have, that like they really do have the higher voices. Vern Troyer, prime example. He had a very high voice.
That's a different kind of midgetry though, or a different classification
A
of
different type of dwarfism, yes,
yeah, because he was really short.
but there's over 200 different types of dwarfism,
Oh
and
wow.
mind like the type I have, achondroplasia, is the most common, but it's not like but there's a ton of different others, and even
So
like
if
okay,
you have like two people with achondroplasia and they have a child, and that child is has like some form of midgetry, it like would is the likelihood that that child has achondroplasia, or could there be
more than
variances?
likely,
Okay,
but see the genetics when it comes to as far as I know from what I remember, um, see if I married an average sized person, it's 50-50.
right.
If I marry a person with the type of dwarfism I have, it's f- uh, f- 50% chance dwarf, 25% chance average, and then 25% chance won't make it to term
Oh shit, that sucks.
because
That
it's
would suck. Fuck.
like it's like it's that's what at least that's what I was told when I was younger, and as far as I know, that's the way it is. But if you look at like here you go. You're making me do something I swore I would never. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I
What do you
do.
mean making you?
Okay, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the conversation I'm about to have. I swore I'd never I'd never said about this on radio. I've never said it anywhere else. Now I'm saying it on this fucking show, and I'm and I give me a second.
The world premiere of the Bald and Short of It podcast. Jimmy says
Talking about
something
the
new.
little people in the big fucking world. So So they like the Little People Big World, they have a different type of dwarfism
Is
that
that
I
was
have.
the TV show where they had the couple
Yes.
midgets that had the kids and the whatnot?
Yeah. She was I believe she was a dwarf similar to me. The husband is a different type of dwarfism, and they had a tall son and they had a small son. And like that was a show that when it came out, kept saying to me, "You need to watch that show. It's such a great fucking show." And I'm like,
Like I
"Really?"
live I live that show,
Like
motherfucker.
like you realize I've been in a little person my entire freaking life. From the day that I, got up and went, "Huh, my little sister is taller than me, and she's 6 months old." Um, but
No, but, didn't they have more kids than the 2?
I think they had 3 but only 1 little person as far as I know.
Yeah,
I
like,
didn't really follow the show. I
uh,
don't know if you know this about me, but I actually don't like little people. Um,
yeah, you mentioned it more than once.
like,
I just don't watch reality TV, but go on with the hatred of midgets
no, the thing is we've talked about this.
at length.
There's so many
Yeah.
little people out there that are, you know, play the victim. "Oh, yeah, you're staring at me because I'm a little p" I laugh when people stare at me. I like sometimes it annoys me. It depends on the age group. Like, if it's an adult, shame, shame on you. If it's a little kid pointing and saying, "Hey, look at the little man," one thing that really drives me insane when it comes to that is when a parent, an adult, say you said to your kids, "Hey, look at the midget." That bugs me
Oh,
because
yeah, for sure.
you're pointing it out. Like, if they're not noticing it and they really don't give a shit if I'm short, why point it out? Um, but if it's a kid then they ask me questions, I'll answer questions and I have no problems talking to people about it.
Yeah.
But I've been walking in places and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to hear this at least once or twice at this music festival. "Hey, look at the midget." And my response usually is when someone says, "Hey, look at the midget," and I overhear it, I'm like, "Where? Is he following me?"
Yeah, I did that once when somebody told me I was losing my hair. I'll tell you about it after, but before I lose this thought, like what you're talking about, it's not it shouldn't be unusual. Like, and I don't know if this is gonna be controversial. As usual, I literally don't give a fuck. But like I think what you're trying to say is that when somebody says, "I'm part of a community," okay? Like, "I'm part of this community." And, like, I've joked about this on the podcast. Like, I've joked about this here, where I go, like, the bald community. Like, it's really I'm joking, obviously. Like, we don't have fucking meetings. We don't
To
you
be
know,
honest, no,
like,
no. To be honest, I showed up at one of your meetings. You guys put the kibosh to it,
you should
and
tell
and
that
and you
story. Yeah, we'll tell that
you put
story. We didn't
you're like, "No, we can't do the meeting now. There's people with hair."
that
We
was
were at
fucking
we
that
were
was
at
funny.
Sherbrooke Pub, and it was like a Monday a couple weeks ago, and there was like 10 bald people, and they were all sitting at the bar. And I'm like,
There was
and
3, but whatever. And
no,
I
there was
knew all of
4
them.
or 5, but there was all these bald people everywhere, and I'm like, "Mooney, are you sure you're coming? You just didn't make me come to a bald convention." Like,
I wanted to trick you into teaching you about what it's like about the bald community. Um, yeah, and then I told you, well, I'm the meeting's like Mondays, the first Monday of every month. And I'm like, I can't be there because I'm with you. I defend you. No,
uh,
no, I don't. I want to finish this point before I lose it. Okay, but like, I have no problem with midgets. I have no problem with like gay people. I I don't have problem with like anybody, race, creed, color, whatever. But the minute that you start going, I'm part of a community, or I'm this, or I deserve that, or worse than that is the people that go, I defend these people. I'm normal, but these people are weird and I defend them, so I'm awesome. like the Karen we were talking about.
Yeah.
And like anybody that's going to leverage whatever situation that they're in for points, whether they be social points or like even just to make yourself feel better, like fuck you, you selfish cocksucker. So like you could be like my neighbor, and like pick your poison, like any kind of whatever protected community or whatever identifiable community. And I'm like, man, if you help me like Jim did, or I would help you like Jim helped me, okay? But not if you're like waving the flag and like throwing shit in my face. And like, listen, I'm about equality. We're all equal until you piss me off. And like when you start flaunting shit and throwing shit in my face, I was in Vancouver when my kids were 2, and they were having a pride parade. And we had a room on the second floor in like near downtown San Francisco, sorry. And we were on the main floor. You could slide open the door and go to the pool. And that's why we got that room, because our kids were 2. And we saw these guys were coming off the bus or whatever, they got the streetcar, and it let us off at the hotel. And there's about 6 or 8 people from the pride parade that were there, and there was obviously like faggotry and stuff, which is fine. And we all went into the same hotel, and then we were going to go out in the pool, and we opened the drapes, and the kids were waiting to get in. They got the floaters and whatever, and they want to get out there. And this guy comes up that saw us on the train, and he's already out there with his friends, and he takes his fucking shorts down and like presses his ass against the sliding door. And I'm like, I don't think that you're a good advocate for whatever community you claim to be a part of, because like there are children here. And I mean, if I was there with you, I'd be like, yeah, yeah, fuck off, like open the door. I go, okay, point taken, buddy, blah blah blah. But there's like fucking kids there, so now I'm like, I could take on the whole pool, or I could go to the front desk and ask us to move us to a different room. And yeah, like
Okay,
that kind of stuff.
whether you are like in the LGBTQ plus community,
Q
that
and
doesn't but you don't have the right to show your bare body parts to children.
or to anybody. I mean, we still have
Like,
standards in this society.
and if you're
Like
in public, there should be rules. Like,
there are like indecency, right? Like which for some reason or another are. I don't want to. I don't want to do a last week and get into that, but
no, no,
I
we
mean,
don't wanna
you
get
know,
no, that's
because somebody is part of a community or a protected class and community don't equate to equality. And if you say we're all equal under the law, that means that if I'm guilty of public indecency or public exposure or whatever, then I know that I know that I've crossed that line, and I deserve whatever punishment society decides is fair. Um, and knowing what that punishment is or whatever that line is, if I cross it, then I'm liable. It is what it fucking is. And but if the minute that you don't enforce those laws, you're empowering the people that want to break them. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to.
yeah, let's not go any further on that, but whatever community you're in, whatever, you don't have the right to bare ass in front of, children.
Children. Yeah, what I'm telling you is a true
Or
story.
women, actually in front of anybody that's not willing, that's not there, that is expecting it, to be
Well,
honest.
yeah, with the exception of the locker room.
Like,
Yeah,
when I'm out like, when I'm out in public, I don't wanna see your thing flapping around in the wind.
I don't
Like
want to see anybody's
like,
this isn't
as a little
Sodom and
person, as
Gomorrah.
soon as you start whipping your pants down and start, I get eye damage. Like, it's like that's
Oh, you'd get a if it was me, you'd be in hospital.
yeah, your belly.
No, like
You made me go there. Uh,
yeah, no, listen, again, this is that whole protected class business. And like I said, we have rules and laws that apply to all of us. And like I've been guilty of violating some shitty bylaw for whatever. And even if I think it's wrong, I respect the law and I fucking pay my poison, right? Like whatever it is. But then you have these guys on the parades like buck naked and people are filming them and stuff. And it's like, wait a minute. The minute that you do not like, it's like having kids, okay? Here's the perfect analogy. You know, when you see people count down to 1, 2, 3, like my kids don't know what 4 is. And I won't say why or how. They just don't. They know that the line exists. And once the line is gone, like once you cross that line, like the 1, 2, 3 means fuck all. And like that's a microcosm of society. So you tell people it's
Sorry, I'm not. I don't know if I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
well, like when people parent, it's a common
Oh,
practice.
when they do. When they do
Drop that 1, 2, right? And I'm like, the minute that you get to 4, you failed as a parent because you've told your kid, I'm letting you run the show. Right? Like you're going like, well, my authority is
if
selective.
like
My authority is
put it
selective.
down 1, 2. If
Yeah.
it's not down at 2, you're getting your ass beaten.
Yeah.
That was like
Like and I
my
like
parents weren't abusive, but if
yeah,
you made it to 3,
that's open defiance
like
and it's going to be met with
shit,
it's
like
going to
there's
be
gonna
met
be
with something you don't like.
there's gonna be a wooden spoon broken on your ass, or at least smacked on your
The
ass. Going.
stick they used to stir paint, that was my parents' chosen weapon.
No, but they used to use that until my brother went. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. So they used a
Ooh,
wooden spoon.
that's like
They
fucking
they
I'm
they
like,
used
"Oh,
a wooden
really? You want a
spoon which is
party?"
thicker, which is thicker.
No, but you understand what I'm saying. It's analogous to society.
Yeah.
So, you know, like people, they put that in the paper, the gay thing, and or even on the video, or you see on X or whatever, and they blur out some guy's crotch or whatever, but everyone knows he's naked. And for the millions of us that find it offensive and abhorrent, like the handful of people that are
It,
part of that community that enjoy exhibiting themselves, they feel empowered because they don't all
but
they see is dudes marching. They
if
don't
it's
see arrests.
but if it's a march that there's no kids or everyone knows
People
what's going
fucking
on.
bring their kids as like virtue signaling. You have all
But
kinds
it,
of
like
people. No, man, dude, it
the
happens.
kids should not see that.
Well,
I don't.
the whole thing is they do. Like politicians have stopped going to those parades because they like I mean, oh, big deal, you stop going because you don't want
But
someone to criticize
but
you.
I've
How
been
about enforcing the fucking law? Like,
I've been to some of those parades where I haven't seen any of the naked weird crap. Like no offense to anybody, like the weird naked like if they're hey, I'm part of the pride community, I'm out here, I'm representing, and you're acting like a civilized human being where you're not the doing the helicopter, or something like that, and you're just saying, hey, I'm gay and proud, I'm short and proud, I'm whatever.
yeah,
But
be
if you're
respectful,
doing
clean up after
something that
yourself.
that could you know yeah,
I think what you're saying is like, and I'm hopeful that there are people that are part of that community, which I fucking anyway, the
I know people that are part of the community
people that
that
share that cause. Okay, sorry, people that share that cause, that shake their head and go, if what are we trying to accomplish, and whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish, there are better ways to connect with people than walking down the street naked.
like
That's fair, right? Is that fair?
I I would agree with you on that one because like I know a lot of people in the community that they like I didn't even like to be honest, I did not know they were part of the LGBTQ community um until they told me, and like they just act like normal people.
Sure.
Once in a while they'll hug or kiss their significant other, which I don't have a problem with. Like if you kissed your like Like I don't have a problem with you kissing your wife or your cousin or whoever. Like
or both. You know, if you're
your wife's cousin.
from
Um,
Pakistan.
but the thing is though is when you start because when you start doing stuff like that, it's just my personal opinion, is you are actually telling people that you're different, that you're weird, like that you like walking around naked. I walk around naked all the time in my house. Like this is actually the first podcast in a week that I've worn pants, or in 2 weeks. Um, Half the time when I do our podcast, but I'm wearing pants today. Um, I'm by myself. I'm an exhibitionist at home, or if I get hired to strip somewhere. But I don't flaunt it. I don't like. I'm proud of who I am.
Yep.
Damn frickin' straight, I'm proud of who I am. But
You
people
can
don't
be
see all of it.
you can be proud but respectful of the society in which you live simultaneously. And I think that if you want acceptance from a society or a group, then it starts with respect first. And it's kind of
I'm
like
not
you
gonna go
somebody
walking down White Avenue and have someone spank my bare ass.
I invite somebody to my house and they show up naked or they shit on my floor, I'm probably not going to invite them back. And so, like in the
Well, you
same
didn't
way,
mention that time I shit on the floor, did you?
well, just now I did, but anyway, I actually don't bring that up because you've been invited back, and I don't want to be like Canada and allow you to do that in
Uh,
public.
I blade rubes.
uh, anyway, I think we made our point. I just,
Yeah.
you know what? If we want to live in a society that we share equally and whose benefits we enjoy equally, then show a little respect. Like even raising my kids from the jump, I'm like I feel like I owe it to society to make sure that A, they're not a burden, and B, that they're respectful of the tenets of that society. And it all goes out the window if they're walking around naked, whether they're doing it because they're exhibitionists or whatever the case may be. Um, because I've broken my covenant with society, in my opinion. Anyway,
But but to be to be honest, it's okay to be you. But in public, there has to be a little bit of decorum around people that are uncomfortable around
that's
nudity.
like I said. I mean, it's not worth it. It's not like if acceptance is what you're looking for, then respect. I don't want to say rules, but respect the zeitgeist or the ethos of that society. If like because like no one's going to accept you if you don't respect them. Well, unless you're the Western world and you're a migrant and you're illegal or whatever, then you get accepted. But again, that's another example of where it's like if you let the law get broken once, like willfully, then you're basically giving tacit permission to anybody who has nefarious intent.
But the thing is though is okay. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, I'm I'm a nudist. I live on a nudist colony. Okay, and all the people that I live with, we walk around with our stuff hanging out. Okay, but and I believe in walking around nude, but I should still respect the community that I'm going in to go grocery shopping to put on some freaking clothes.
Yeah.
And as a society, we expect that of people.
Hmm.
Like
Or like you said, a nudist colony. It's a colony. That means that it's separate from whatever mainstream. Like that, like from what I understand, there's places in Mexico where they have like nudist resorts or whatever. I don't know if they're in business and whatever. The fair fucks to them. I mean, hey, listen, if I'm at the community center, I gotta have a shower. I don't care who sees my dick. Like it's accepted in that circumstance, But beyond that,
oddly
I'm
enough,
like,
I'm a stripper, and I don't like to people to see my dinger.
"Are you
Um,
you've been on my boat," and I'm like, okay, just so you guys know, I'm putting on my swim trunks. Unless you want to be creeped out, look away.
yeah,
Like,
but the difference is I've said the same thing, and then I'm even hiding behind objects, and you're going.
Yeah, I pull out my camera.
You're 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 pulling out the X-ray specs. I'm trying to I I have a lead shield on, and you're trying to. So, on a different note, like, we had to take a break. I had to pee. Mooney had to smoke 6 cigarettes, and I had to take a pee. But as you may have noticed, there is a slight difference in the cameras because I got a brand new computer because my other one was glitching out. We were having all kinds of issues. So, I had to readjust the camera.
There's
So
been a
now,
disruption in the force. What do they say? Something in the force?
there was a disturbance in the force.
Disturbance in the force. Yeah.
Disturbance. And it wasn't just beer this time. Yes, so I had to readjust the cameras because the way it was before, it looked like I was looking at the floor while the camera was right there, so I had to make some adjustments. And uh,
Yeah.
we don't like to hide a lot, but Mooney had to smoke because he's an addict. And Mooney, you wanted to go from here?
No, I while you took that break, because I was thinking about like the weather for a guy that owns a boat and has a slip at a marina that's like a mere 45 minutes from Edmonton, like door to door. I have not used it at all, really. Like I've been out once to put it in the water, and that's it. And I was talking to, and actually, when I put it in the water, Nathan over at the marina was telling me, like, I mean, there were so many empty slips, and by now it's full, but the weather's just been shit in June. So uh, I was talking to Kieran's godfather, Tony, T, one of my best
Oh yeah,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah, and he came to the fights on Saturday, and he's been out once, and he's got a lake lot too out there. And anyway, we got good weather this week, so I want you to consider maybe coming out tomorrow. T and I kind of agreed that Wednesday will be the day that he and I go out, but you and I can go out tomorrow if you want. It might
I'm
be
I'm not
like if
like I've got issues with that. Just with the sake of I have that music festival coming up,
yeah, we'll talk about
and
that.
no, I'm actually hitting it right now, baby. I'm all
Okay.
about all about the here and
Yeah,
now.
and
Like,
by the way, not for nothing.
why put shit off till tomorrow that you can do today?
Yeah, like getting out on the fucking boat for once, but not for nothing. You have, and the only reason I asked Jimmy because he's gainfully employed, 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever, and he has the week off to do his, or not off. He's working another job this week, getting out there at the festival and kind of headlining it. I hate to
Yeah.
say take away. I hate to take away from the headliners, but you're basically hosting that whole
No,
festival.
I've got some fun stuff planned, which I'm gonna kind of hint at.
Well,
Because
tell us what you're doing.
no, but just before I do that, so there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a music festival. There's a lot of moving parts going on, and they need Ryan, the guy I'm going up with. They 1 minute they needed him tomorrow at midnight. Now they might need him just on uh, Wednesday, whatever. I don't even know what day it is anymore. It's been a week. Um, but
Luckily, it's Monday, so there's a lot of week left.
but the original plan was I was supposed to leave tomorrow at 4, and he's like, it shouldn't change, but I don't want to be out on the boat when he goes, hey, we might need to leave tonight. Um, so I'll get my people to call your people. Um,
Yeah, or
I
like
actually, by the way, I prefer that slogan. I'll get my people to call your people rather than maintain radio fucking contact.
I like
And,
MRC because it's just
yeah,
easier to do on a text.
but the thing, but it's just I have people, and like you've never had a person in your life. You have friends who actually just pretend to like you, um, and your wife who pretends to like you, and your kids who I continue, but I get back. Uh, but the thing is I will have to get back to you on doing the boat. I love going on the boat with you. It's just we just lay back, we relax, we just drink, and sometimes we go in the water, sometimes we don't. Sometimes you show me your balls, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like
Sometimes you choose to
some-
look,
sometimes you
even
feel
after
like
warnings.
sometimes you don't. Enjoys have nuts. Mooney doesn't. But I digress. But yes, If I can, I'd love to go tomorrow. It's the weather's supposed to be good. I have this music festival next, like this week, which I want to get into.
Yeah. By the way, just
It's the
yeah.
Energetic County Fair up in Fort St. John. They have Mini Kiss. They have so many great bands like Blue Rodeo. They have the Road Hammers. They have High Valley, John Foster, and then a bunch of more local talent. And I've got costume changes planned for myself.
I bet
I'm
you do.
kind of I'm kind of
You're
the
excited.
I'm kind of the MC, but I'm the MC of the MCs because on different days, because I've done these music festivals before, on different days they're hosted by different radio stations. So
Right.
on
Yeah.
the day that Blue Rodeo is there, they're going to have a rock station there. When High Valley is there, they're going to have um, a country station there. Like so,
So I guess the best way to put it is like you're the guide for people that have been there all weekend, or even new people going, "Hey, I'd like to introduce the people from
yeah,
K 100.3 or
exactly.
whatever the fuck." Yeah.
But I'm also going to be being James P. Freaking White, where I'm going to be, at one booth where I'm, selling raffle tickets. I'll be, trying to shuffle people in to buy merch. Hell, I'm going to be spending like I have to go to the bank tomorrow to get money to buy merch because I want evidence that I was there. And, and like
I think there's gonna be like thousands of fucking videos of you out
I'm
there
gonna
on the
be
internet.
posting Facebook Live of different things. I'm hopefully gonna
Yeah.
be able to interview like different live bands.
Yeah, like stay
I
tuned
like
to our Facebook page or Jimmy's or wherever you put this, and like share some of that. I want to see mini kiss. I want to see videos of you introducing them.
okay,
I want to see videos of them if you can post
okay,
them. I
okay,
don't know
Mooney. I
what.
I came up with a bit and I talked to the organizer, and we just have to get the okay from Mini Kiss, but you're hearing it here first, folks. Um, so I did a Kiss thing for the radio station. I have a
Well,
sorry.
that's
That
classy.
that was classy. Oh, they don't smell. But
I don't care. I'm different location. Thank
but
fuck.
but but I digress. So I have a rubber Gene Simmons mask. I have a cape, but but I plan on going as Mini Kisses security. I have a security vest. I have nunchucks. I'm
Remember that T-shirt you had, like that we got you for that one thing we did? It said security on it.
the bright blue one that says
Yeah,
security.
yeah,
That's in my costume bag.
nice. Well, I like that's awesome. I think when we talked, when you first mentioned it, like 3 or 4 or 5 months ago on the cast here, I was thinking of going, but then I was going to be in Reno. Now I'm not in Reno. And when's Blue Rodeo playing?
It's they haven't posted it yet. Which day? They haven't given the exact schedule because they're trying to entice people to come to every day.
If friend of the podcast, Mike Barak decides to go, like, let's maintain radio contact this week, okay? Because
I will do so, but I want to bring something up to you that's something that you do on this podcast that drives me absolutely insane. Okay, we have been doing this podcast. This is episode number, what is it, 54?
54, yeah.
Okay, I think by now people understand that Mike Bayrak and Johnny, who we talk about every show, are friends of the podcast. I don't think we have to say it every podcast.
I feel like I like that. I like that because it's kind of like, with the mob, like when they go like there's a way that they talk in the mob where they go like I'd like you to meet our friend, which means he's like one of us, or like maybe he's a made guy from another family or whatever, and you go, this is our friend Jimmy. And then if you're not in the like the family, or if you're not a made guy or whatever, um this is my friend, or this I want you to meet my friend Jimmy. I want you to meet our friend Jimmy. So I'm talking like when I talk about Marco, when I talk about Mike Bayrak, who doesn't mind that we use his last name, or Johnny, who is Johnny. Like, if you know, you know, and I kind of like that too. But I say friend of the podcast because they actually listen. So it's kind of like that has to be a thing. Like I'm talking about one of my best friends, T, and I don't know if he listens, and he's never mentioned that he listens, so he's not in that category, friend of the podcast.
Okay, so
That's why I do it. Like
on a different note, um, I'm going to start throwing that out all the time now, just to reel your ass in. So
you don't need to like.
Mini Kiss is on Thursday. It's the kickoff party, so that's the 16th, and then the Blue Rodeo is Friday the 17th. High Valley is Saturday the 18th. These are the headliners, and we got Road Hammers on Saturday the 18th, and John Foster's on Friday the 17th. And then, of course, as I said, Mini Kiss is on 16th with special guest Mini Kiss Security, James P. Frickin' White. Hopefully
Nice.
they're okay with it, but why
Fuck,
not?
I want to see that, man. Like I want to see it.
Oh,
Like you
there's
gotta.
good.
If
I'm
I
gonna
can't make
do.
it out, you gotta share a video because now I'm not in Reno. I just realized,
I
like,
need
fuck,
to
like,
make sure that there's video of that.
yeah.
They actually do have professional videographers that are going to be there,
I think
and
I think it would be like sick as fuck if you like had wear like a do rag and your security t-shirt and like we're like you
okay,
had your arms out,
Mooney, I have a SWAT vest. Okay,
Yeah,
I have the security shirt.
you're a professional.
I
You know
have
what you're doing. You're
nunchuck.
right. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a cape because that's what Kiss does.
Yeah, but you're
And
not performing with them. Like you got to make sure you
no,
don't steal
okay, believe
their thunder.
believe you me, I'm like the dollar store version of the Gene Simmons. No, trust me, I'm meeting with them before.
Yeah.
I actually get to like when picking up some of these guys at the airport. I get to go. So,
Oh, that's awesome, man. Like,
oh,
yeah, and like
I'm so
like but
stoked.
these
It's
guys these guys tour, man. Like they're a touring outfit. They're worthy of respect. And I think that's fucking awesome and good for them.
oh,
But like don't
I've
like
never been more excited about an event than
yeah.
anything. Like if 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 like the Mini Kiss, if they said, "Hey, listen, you can tour with the band whenever we're out," and you had to get rid of the Bald and Short of It podcast, dude, I'd ditch you in a freaking heartbeat.
And you haven't even met these guys. And
I
that's
know.
how quickly it's gonna shed the moon skin.
I change. I no, it's just because you're just here. Radio people are here. See, you're here.
Okay.
Okay, no,
So
you're here. Radio people are here, and freaking celebrities are here. Like
so that's you're
if
talking to the
I
wrong
was asked
fella.
to go back to radio and I had to ditch your ass, dude, like I'd be farting on your head as I
And
left.
you know what? As your friend, I would fully encourage you to do that. You know why? Because to me, you're here.
I
And
know.
and and I'm telling you, when you tell me like you overplayed your hand, fella, because you're like, if I get a better offer, I'm gone. So basically what you're telling me is Mooney, you're plan B. And I appreciate that. And guess what? If none of that shit comes across, I'll always remember that you said that. So well
But if
played.
it makes you feel better, actually, when we started the podcast, you were Plan B. I actually asked Johnny first.
Yeah. Anyway, wow. Okay, well, since we're on the topic, so hang on. Just quickly before I switch topics, where's the event? What time? How do people get there? See what you can do to promote
It's
it.
uh, it is in Fort St. John, BC. It doesn't look like tickets are sold out. I'm going into the ticket thing.
Not with the
I
weather, fuck. Those poor bastards that
you
are
can still
promoting it.
buy tickets. Um, well, there's VIP backstage. Well, there's ultimate group of. There's all kinds of. I never looked at this before, and there's hang out with the host. No, there isn't, but there should be. Well,
Well,
there's all kinds of
I'm
stuff
gonna
going on.
crash with the host because that's what I'm gonna do if I go there.
Yeah, no, you're sleeping in your car. Um, so the Thursday pass, there's still openings, and that's like where Mini Kiss. The 1 day pass is $49. For the Friday, it's 140,
All right. So
and
the name of
there's
the
still some
festival.
weekend passes
What's the
available.
website called?
It's called energeticcountyfair.ca. If you go there,
EnergeticCountyFair.ca in Fort St. John. Blue Rodeo, Mini Kiss on Thursday. James P. White,
all bloody
the
weekend, baby.
producer of the Bald and Short of It podcast, is going to be there.
What is it with you and calling me the producer? Dude, if it wasn't for me, you'd be talking to your mirror, doing a podcast and arguing and losing every argument talking to yourself. Um,
EnergeticCountyFair.ca. Starting this Thursday, going through Sunday,
it's like the last show is Saturday.
Saturday. Highlights include Roadhammer, Blue Rodeo, and Mini Kiss, and
And James P. White.
that guy. Um, so okay, I'm excited for you. I hope you have a great time. Make sure you keep it between the lines, like not like St.
No,
Patrick's
no,
Day.
I've actually had conversations with management, and my drinking
Preemptive.
is my drinking is limited to towards the end of the night after the
Yeah,
majority of the acts are done.
yeah. Like basically introduce the headliner, and you probably got to come up when they're done for like on like Thursday after Minikus and go. We're
Oh,
gonna be back tomorrow, motherfuckers. Blah blah blah. Right? Like
yeah, no, like the if you've been to Big Valley or you've been to any of
yeah.
these, like you have the one main event on the Thursday and maybe some DJs and stuff to keep shit going. But yeah, it's gonna be a party and a half. Like
Yeah, guaranteed.
I I've like done some announcing of these music festivals, but I've never been more excited about this one.
I
Like,
remember watching you introduce Nate Rateliff and the Night Sweats at Folk Fest, and that was one of the
oh,
best shows I've ever
I
seen.
was
Yeah.
hungover as hell. Like
Well, you kept the energy high
that's a
anyway.
different story. Like that was. Have you ever heard that story?
Well, why don't you tell it to us? Because I'll just tell you my end of the story is that
Okay.
like we know each other then when they did that. Like I think we knew each other 6 or 7 years, and but we weren't that
Well,
close because
when I did that one, we met probably about 3 years before that.
okay, 3 or 4 years, and like we were friends, but we didn't hang out like even every week because you were on the radio and your hours were fucked. Like you got to get up at like 3 in the morning, and then you know. Um, Anyway, and then you had all the promotional shit. But I saw you there, but like not eye contact saw you, but I saw you, and I love Ray Lift the Night Sweats.
Oh, he
And
is
there's signed to
such
the
a
Stax
nice.
label, which I grew up
Actually,
listening to,
they're at Heritage Fest this year.
not in Folk Fest.
Folk Fest is
Yeah, just like
right.
they were that time you introduced them.
Yes.
And I so wanted to like go up to you and say, "Hey, can I meet those guys?" But then I also realized that I probably had too much to drink and I wasn't doing anybody any favors. Not to mention the fact that I would never put somebody in that position. So I never did. I think we might have said hi and then I fucked off. But anyway,
But
um,
that morning, because I had to be there by noon. No, I think I had to be there by 1, and I got a phone call from Lachlan Cross. I was supposed to meet him at the radio station by 11:30 because
right,
we had to be to the Heritage Fest, introduce Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats.
yeah,
We actually did a full out interview with them, but before the show, and then Locke phoned me, and he phoned me, and he phoned me, and he goes, and then finally he wakes me up, and he goes, "Dude, where are you? I thought we were meeting at the station," and I'm like, what fucking time is it? And he goes, it's 10, it's like 11 o'clock. You were supposed to be here at 10:30. And I'm like, shit, I got home at like 6. Because I was working at the strip club the night before,
Oh my
and I
god.
went to an after party, and when
Of
I
course you did.
left, the sun was up. Like I left the after party at like 7 o'clock in the
There's
morning,
nothing more depressing.
and then they're like, okay, uh, are you on your way? I'm calling an Uber now, and I may smell bad. I'll throw on some Axe because I'm not. I don't have time for a shower. And he
Oh my
goes,
god.
okay. So we're back there and we're interviewing them, and I'm holding the camera. Locke's doing the interview. I'm just the camera guy, and then Nathaniel looks at me and he goes, "Dude, you look kind of rough." I'm like,
Oh,
"I
he you talked to him.
Oh yeah, I said, dude, I woke up like an hour ago. Locke woke me up because I had to be here, and he goes, "What were you doing last night?" Well, I work at a strip club, and I went to an after party, and I didn't get home until like 8. And he goes, "I wish I was fucking partying with you."
Is that what
Um,
Nate said?
oh yeah,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
and
Yeah.
and, and he's like, "Hey, if you're doing that again tonight, let me know." Um,
Son of a bitch.
oh, he is so good, and he's at the folk this
Folk
year.
Fest. Yeah, I know, I
I
know.
wanna get tickets to that day just to see him.
Yeah,
But
that's the only time. Like, I think I've talked on this forum about Folk Fest, and I'm not. I'm not. Like a big fan of like hanging out all day at that thing. But like, I have gone to see Van Morrison. I have gone to see Nate Rateliff and the Night Sweats. I have gone to see Blue Rodeo there. But I pick and choose, right? Rather than hunker down and
there's like
I would go to see Nate. If you want to go to see Nate, we can get our hands. But I'm not going to run out at 5 in the morning with these dummies that pretend that we don't live in a, like, or that pretend that we live in an egalitarian society, and they all climb over each other. They get right in the front. It's so
I
ironic.
it's
Whatever. Like,
like I'm that's not who I am either. But I have a guy that's we've had on the show. His name is Joe Nolan. He's a really good singer. He's gonna be there. There's a ton of great talent this year. Like we actually haven't talked about Folk Fest on the
yeah, well,
pod.
we don't want to digress, but like,
No,
we should have like a section or something, or maybe next week we'll go. Like, let's put together something where we go, the bald and short of it infiltrates Folk Fest. Like,
I'll do my best to make sure that you don't get thrown out.
yeah,
Um,
well, I'm not sure that'll matter, but I can usually keep my shit together.
uh, really? Are you sure?
So, again,
No,
energy. Oh, sorry, go on. Do you have something
it's
else?
called the Energetic Music Festival. It's Fort St. John is the thing I'm doing, but I need to go through some of the talent that are going to be at Folk Fest. So we've got Adam Baldwin. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if it's the Baldwins. But we got. I'm just gonna go through the people that I. Core Blund is gonna be there.
Not
He's
interested.
he's a Southern Alberta boy, man.
Yeah, I know.
We there is. Uh, sorry. Joe Nolan. He's not. He's an Edmontonian man. I would.
Oh yeah, you said you
And
know him. Yeah.
what's that? Joe Nolan. He is an Edmontonian. Uh, he such an awesome singer. Huge fan. Um, I have stuff from the locker room days of him. What else? Like there's
Adam
so
Baldwin
many
is a
good people.
Canadian indie rock singer-songwriter from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, known for his heartfelt storytelling style rooted in East Coast experiences.
Okay, the Womack sisters. They sound familiar,
I know Bobby Womack. I don't know that they're probably part of that lineage.
but yeah, there's a ton of stuff. Yeah, I'm still
Is
looking
Nate
forward to it.
headlining? Who's headlining?
No, I'm not sure which day he's on, but it is Nate Ray and Nathaniel Rateliff. He is.
Just him or him and the Night Sweats?
It doesn't say the Night Sweats.
Okay. Pass.
Oh, he'll do son of a
No, he
bitch.
won't. No. Like when I discovered him was when he did that thing on Fallon, like millions upon millions of people did. He was doing the James Brown, and he was signed to Stax, and he was doing all that. And they recorded two really good albums for Stax. I don't know what he's got going on his own, but what he had going on his own before was like acoustic, kind of melancholic, self-reflective kind of singer-songwriter type shit. Which, frankly, unless you're James Taylor, isn't really up my alley.
But the thing is, though, is he did a singer songwriter thing at the Folk Fest a few years ago, and he still did all his hits.
Oh, okay. Like if he's, but the here's the trouble. To be honest with you, from what I understand, and like I've even talked to my neighbor, who's also a friend of the podcast, but I don't want to drop his name unless he lets me. Um, that and then he knows the industry, and the real money comes from touring. Okay, because you're not like Spotify doesn't pay like unless you sell like 1 million copies, and even then, selling 1 million copies now compared to or getting 1 million downloads now compared to selling 1 million albums like 30 years ago or 20 years ago is way different. So your revenue streams change. And so it becomes touring. So you tour, and that's basically your main source of income. But then if you're Nate Rateliff in the Night Sweats, well, guess what? Nate Rateliff is the guy, but the Night Sweats, they have like a 3 guy or a 2 guy horn section. They got like a drummer, a bassist, a guitarist, a pianist, maybe another keyboardist, maybe
Yeah,
some
there's like
background.
100 members.
So like whatever you make for a gig, you gotta take your fair share as the Nate Rateliff guy, but then divide it amongst however many other people, right? So it's really hard to comprehend that, like it's not sustainable, frankly, right? Like unless
By the
you're
way,
headlining.
tell Andrea I say hi. I know she's over
Yeah,
there.
Jimmy says, he goes, Jimmy goes, by the way, tell Andrea I said hi. She knows, I know she's over there. She saw me turn. You got to say, come over and say hi to the fella. You can say, yeah, so much for having my own drink now.
That's what I would do is you always have a backup glass.
Or like an all about men flask. There you go.
And the funny thing is today it's just water.
Good. If that's what
Trying
you
to
think,
hydrate.
So Folk Fest, let's dive into that next week. So we've covered the energetic. Do it again.
Energetic Music Festival in Fort St. John.
And I think folks, whoever's listening, I'm thinking of going. Not that you care, but I'm saying that the ticket looks appealing enough, and it's certainly affordable.
I would jump on getting tickets now
Yeah,
because it's
the weather
dude,
looks like it's going to cooperate.
it's like 4 days away, man.
Yeah,
Like
and like I said, the weather looks like it's going to cooperate. And for once in Alberta this week, or this year so far, this summer so far, and now you have your choice between Mini Kiss, the Roadhammers, Blue Rodeo. Blue Rodeo's Friday, Roadhammers Saturday, Mini Kiss Thursday. Like oh my god, like I might just do that trip myself, just to get the fuck out of Dodge and go see Mini Kiss. Get a room at Fort St. John or something. I'm not going to prevail upon you. Don't worry.
oh hell no, because I'm pretty
Um,
sure we'll talk off air.
you've had
I,
enough of me already.
I've done a podcast with you for over a year.
Okay, before we go into like the baseball
what
thing,
this
One thing happened when we took our break is I saw on X somebody posted about Sam Neill that really cared um, about him and knew him from way back. Was talking about a movie called Dead Calm, and
Yeah, I remember that one.
they went on in their post and they talked about how he actually did a screen test for James Bond, and it's on YouTube. So if you Google Sam Neill James Bond screen test or something, like there will be something. And now that he mentions it, hmm,
I think he could,
right? Like, who would you rather have, Timothy Dalton or Sam Neill?
but I think he was probably. I think in his case, I think it would have been more of a Pierce Brosnan or him.
Yeah, like whenever his prime was Fairfox. Like, I'm just saying, yeah, Pierce Brosnan to me is maybe second best.
I the the thing about the Pierce Brosnan James Bond movies is the plots were a bit better than some of them. Like some of them were just really cheesy.
No, man, I don't care about the plot. Like I've been a big advocate of Lazenby. I know he only did the one, but and I realize now that I was wrong because it wasn't Lazenby, it was the plot. Like On Her Majesty's Secret Service was a great plot. Like that was a great plot. But Lazenby wasn't the best Bond. Like it
No,
obviously it was Connery. But I think second to Connery would be like Pierce Brosnan, in my opinion.
like the newer guy. I can't think of his name
Daniel
though.
Craig? Nope. Nope. Nope.
Uh, but
Never.
he was the darker version, and but he got better. So like there
It was
was
a
some
darker
growth,
version, but he got married
but there was
and he
but there
died
was
and he's like
growth.
manipulated by DEI. Fuck that. Like, no. No, I got no time
Okay,
for that.
okay, so Mooney, we'll talk about this at another date. But I have a
Sure.
challenge. I have a challenge for you. I say for the next several months, leading like at every 2 weeks, we watch from the very first James Bond movie all the way to the very last James Bond movie, and every week or every 2 weeks, we do a uh
A take, like less than
a
5 minute
take.
take,
Yes.
5 minutes or less from each guy.
In your case, 3 minutes. In my case, less than that because I know how to do it. Um,
Sure, 3 minutes. I'm good with that.
so
Having
I'll
said
do
that,
I'll do three. I'll do 3 minutes. You'll do 12.
I
Um,
busted my ass to get through sports. I thought it'd be a minute and it ended up being like half a minute shy of 5. So, but there was a lot of sports.
dude,
Like,
it was 10 seconds shy of 5.
yeah. So I don't know. Make it 3 minutes, but I don't want to talk fast. Uh, uh,
At the
okay.
beginning, you were like, I wanted to slow it down because at the beginning you were like, and
Now I was like kind of. Then when I realized a minute had passed, then I'm like, okay, kids give
you're
me
like,
rope. My producers give me rope, and like as a talent, you kind of take your cues. So
uh,
that's a really good idea, though. I mean, it's summer; people aren't doing much. Start from the
no,
beginning
but I
and
say
do like what
we
one a
push
week or
for
2 a
the
week.
fall, like for the fall because people are stuck in the house. In the summer, everybody's
Out and doing stuff, but
out doing their thing.
no,
So in
world
the fall,
the world conspires against us, Jimmy, because like I'll do I can do 2 a week in the summer because there's no hockey, there's no NFL, and then in like the fall, like there's hockey and there's NFL. It's like I don't have the bandwidth. Like I can do one a week. I say we do one a week starting next week, but we'll introduce it next week.
no, but I say
The
one every
Bond
2 weeks.
challenge.
I say one every 2 weeks to give you a bit of you get you because I know you're a sports crack whore. Um,
You know who loves Bond is Graf. Graf is a big Bond, like That might be. I'll talk to her and see if she wants to be a guest. And then like she might disagree too because like there's so much to Bond now. Like when you see, like we're talking about a pop culture vehicle that has adapted and survived like literally 60 years, 65 years almost. Really, you think about it. And it's there's no one person that watches it from the beginning to the end that doesn't have a different take because we're talking about not just one character but the evolution of society and how they produce the movies and all those things, right?
Yeah, but 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 you see, as they progress, the special effects are better. Like,
Sure, I mean those are kind of like, you know,
but that's kind of what
corollary.
happened with Star Wars, is they did that,
Sure.
but then Star Wars kind of bastardized shit when they went to Disney. But I don't want to go there. But one thing about James Bond, they've always stayed like to the feel of James Bond.
Which is what? And this is where we're going to disagree.
Why?
Well, you said stayed within the field of James Bond. Like what is that? Like he's
He's a
stoic.
woman. He's a womanizer.
He's stoic.
He's
He's
he
like
arrogant. Um, he's like me if I had skills. Um,
arrogant he was always arrogant. Like, you know, this is where we're going to disagree maybe a little bit. Like arrogant doesn't mean like
he was chauvinistic at the beginning, but he cleaned up towards the end and became a little more. Um,
the when was he chauvinistic?
I don't know. Someone told me.
There you go. Like who, Disney?
uh,
Like really, I mean that's the thing is like the people that produce those movies, I'm like, man, like put me in charge of James Bond and I'm like I'd probably get record box office numbers because it's
and,
like we actually would defend like, you know, the idea that men are attracted to men, and I don't mean sexually, that defend their households, that care about the people that they love, that pay the tab, that love their friends, that that have a firm like hold on their beliefs and are unwilling to apologize to people that threaten those beliefs. Like, what's wrong with that? And I think that maybe there's a space in our culture right now for a guy like that, in my opinion. I'm like, I
alrighty.
would rewind Bond and like introduce like Sean Connery today. That movie would like fucking do sick numbers.
I to be honest, like if I was to bring Sean bring Sean Connery back to James Bond now, it would be a zombie movie. But
I'm not talking Sean Connery the guy, but you understand what I'm saying.
no,
Like there's a
I'm
cultural
picking up
void right
what you're
now.
putting down. But
Yeah, there's a cultural void right now where like when I we talked earlier about um, you know, like special groups being overrepresented and like being empowered when the actual beliefs and values of our Western culture are, I'm not saying, I'm not playing the victim card or anything, but are being maybe a little bit ignored. And like and bearing that in mind, if you're just a businessman going like there's a void that can be filled with a movie, that would be the movie. And I'm telling you, like, holy shit! Like if it was publicly traded, I'd give him what I could give him, and I would make money if you know what I mean.
I'm totally picking up what you're putting down. But you know what? On a different note, I want to talk about something different.
Yeah,
And
she already
yes,
said different note.
what's that?
Go on.
No, I want to talk about food.
Okay.
And what I want to talk about is smash burgers.
You want to go there?
'Cause I know you've been stressing over smash burgers.
Not stressing, just like wondering why they're a thing. It's kind of like
You
wondering why they killed Bond, or wondering. Sorry, I don't want to go back.
okay, stay on target.
Yeah,
Use the force, Luke. Okay,
yeah.
stay on target.
Thanks,
Um,
Yoda.
no, that was Obi-Wan Kenobi, actually.
Well,
Um,
actually, I feel like it was Grogu, but go on.
no, it was still Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was from A New Hope. But stay on target.
I
Here's
think that was actually Wedge.
no, it wasn't.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Yeah, no, no, that was actually that was Red One that said that.
Yeah,
But
so it wasn't Obi-Wan. Anyway, go on.
no, no, but it's just shut the fuck up. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
I mean that in the nicest way possible because you need to stop talking. Okay, smash burgers. What's your problem with them?
Okay. You have a really nice hamburger and you got a nice bun. The bun is about an inch thick on either side, right? So the bun's like that. You got an inch on either side. You put a nice hamburger in there in the middle. If the hamburger is done nice, like it fits within that. You know, I'm not talking about McDonald's. I'm talking about,
No,
I
no,
don't know, like, you know what
I
I mean?
know picking up what
Like,
you're putting out.
like you go to Superstore, you get a Kaiser bun, or you go to Walmart or wherever you go, you get a Kaiser bun. That burger should fit within the bun, and off you go. And now, if you're making burgers at home, and this is really to me, now that Red Robin's gone from Canada, you're gonna make a fair sized burger that meets the circumference of the bun. You do that at home, and I have actually like a tray where I press burgers. I get the ground beef. I make the ground beef. I'll press like 20 at a time, and I'll freeze like 15. And
But you put
it's
them
like that.
into
It's
a
like that.
cookie cutter,
And
a
then it's
cookie
like an
cutter.
inch thick. Okay.
Okay.
And so like you know, come over. We should have had this conversation after you come to my house for a burger. But the point is that like that's a hamburger. And now you come now I'm hearing about these smash burgers. And they're like they like what am I gonna do with that honestly, like, what is it, like 4-inch thick hamburger that fits in every Kaiser bun ever. I'm gonna crush it. And then what? Now I got like flank steak. What the fuck is that? It's the El Camino of hamburgers. like,
The
like,
the
what
thing
the fuck
the
is
thing
that?
the thing with a smash burger, it's not a clean edge because what they do is they start cooking it
And then
and then
they squish it.
they squish it. So you have
A thinner
burger.
hamburger.
Shut the front door. Okay, listen. So you have hamburger on the beyond the edge of the bun. Like when I grew up, when you went to a mom and pops, like not a fast food hamburger joint, when you went to a mom and pops
Yep.
and you ate the burger, you wore some of it. Like shit squirted out like you if you didn't get dirty
You don't have like
eating
ground
burger.
beef like rolling down your shirt because the
No,
beef
but
was
I'm
in the
talking about
fucking bun.
I hate bald people. You yes, this is baldo hatred. Um, so we got
Baldophobia.
baldophobia. We got
Baldophilia, actually.
we got
No, no,
baldophilia,
no,
baldophobia,
that was
which
baldophobia, where you go like,
no
I
no that
actually
was
hate
no
bald
this
people.
was baldo hatred, um, which is different. But Linda, listen. So what it is because when you squish it and it's rough edges, it's the rough edge. You get some of the taste, like because you got the cracked edge, so some of the grease goes in, and it like it looks like a thinner burger, but it's hell of a taste.
But why? Like
Why
it's
not? Do you? Okay,
no,
okay. Listen,
the only
Mooney,
thing I
Mooney.
listened
Listen,
to I listened to everything that you
no,
said.
no, just
Okay.
okay. Listen, okay. Do you like your food to taste good?
Well, who doesn't? Like that's the dumbest
Okay,
question. No
so
offense.
do you want it to taste like a burger that's framed in an aluminum shell, or do you want it to taste like the flames kissed the inside of the burger? Do you want it to like just oh I sorry, I have to order it from A&W right now. I need a burger. Um
No, you don't. Don't order
I'm
that
just saying.
freaking woke organization. Anyway, listen, like I'm saying, like when I make my hamburgers, it's like I don't usually add too much. I hate when people throw onions in there or whatever. You can put onions on top, but I do like shave jalapeno, and then I have like fresh garlic in my whole mix when I crush those
Oh,
hamburgers and
oh,
and
oh,
and use my burger press like to make it into like a rounded burger that's like a little shy of an inch thick, and you get a bun, and it's like I hate to say it, but like lean doesn't work as well as like regular ground beef, and you know sure you throw in a little bit of the panko, you know, to bind it, and maybe an egg or two, but I make a really nice hamburger, and it's like why would I take a press and squish it down so that all that great beef that I like procured for this hamburger, like all that means is that you're getting less burger, right?
not
Like
really. It's
like
the same
like
amount
like,
of
like
meat.
tell me
It's
I'm
just
wrong.
spread out wrong. No, no, no. It's the same amount of meat. It's not like you're pressing down and it's like a cookie cutter where it's cutting off the edge. It's just pushing it to
Like
spread
where
more
does that meat go
volume.
if it's not in the bun?
That
Like
means you
like
have to eat it outside the bun. Like
so
okay,
you get like a smash burger and it's like this big, but a regular burger is like this. Like what the fuck? It's the El
okay,
Camino of hamburgers. Smash burgers are a fucking joke. Like and you haven't convinced me otherwise, except you said one thing. You were talking about grease or whatever. And I agree with that. Like I've cooked like hundreds of burgers on my grills in my lifetime. And you press it down and you know how much grease. Caitlin's coming over for dinner tomorrow, and Andrew's like, "Oh, we're gonna make burgers," and I just swapped out the aluminum foil on my you know like my pellet
grill.
grill. Yeah, and I know that when I do the burgers, because of all the grease that drips down after I pat them, there's going to be grease that I'm going to have to take it out because otherwise my next adventure is going to smell like hamburger because of all the grease.
Which is
So
so
that's the one thing I'm trying to help you out here.
okay,
You know, like
Mooney.
they smash
Okay,
it, there's less grease. Fair fucks, but
okay,
there's
so
less
Mooney.
burger.
I challenge you to a smash burger challenge. You make a burger your way, I make a burger my way, and we do it on your grill.
Oh yeah, fucking home field advantage.
And dude, like people will love
You
my
know what?
burger,
It's
not
my
just
it's.
because they love me more than you, but
I'm glad
which
you said
most of your
that.
family does that.
I'm
But
glad you said that because Andrea. The reason I brought it up is like you know how much like the world knows how much like not just me but you and all our friends love Andrea. Is that she got me this smash burger thing for my birth? No, not but Father's Day. She always gives me clever gifts, and I'm like, why? Like, unless I take the crushed parts and put them back on the bun, am I smashing this burger? Like, because it's a custom made. Anyway, I already made that point. So we
so
should definitely do that challenge.
we will do a competition.
Yeah.
You versus me at your house.
And I have the
And
thing that
we'll
you can
invite
use.
all 6 of our listeners, so that includes Bayrack, that
No,
includes,
all of the friends of the podcast. Because
uh,
we know Diener listens, we know Marco listens, we know Mike Bayrack listens, we know Johnny listens, and
and my cousin Angela, she listens, and she's
yeah,
invited.
yeah, she should come
Oh,
too.
100% she is. And by the way, she gave me shit for some stuff on the last podcast, but
But yeah, no, I'm fine with that. You want to compete, but I'm just
Oh,
saying that like the smash burger is the El Camino to like real hamburgers. Like because like okay, like I don't even know why you want to do this. Like you want to like I have my formula for a great hamburger, and I have my accountant gave me that thing. I think I talked about it in the podcast. I'm like, oh, it's a
I
burger press.
but
Yeah, I can actually create burgers that fit the Kaiser, and like load it up. And why would I
but
want to smash that?
but by the way, I have to give you a little bit of warning. If it's gonna be you versus me, I don't put onion in my burger, but I do put
I don't.
garlic,
No, of
and
course I
garlic,
do.
and
Like,
garlic,
cause
and garlic
I'm
salt,
crushed. No,
garlic
I'm talking
butter.
about like crushed onion, like onion bits.
No,
Like
no,
I
but I'm
don't have
talking
any.
garlic.
No,
I'm
no.
a garlic guy.
I
'Cause I hate
crush the garlic
vampires.
powder. That you can do garlic powder, anything that's powder, go ahead. And I am gonna use jalapeno. I always do, like in my best hamburgers. So
Okay,
that's gonna be a
so
thing.
coming
Why would I
soon, to a theater near you, or to a backyard near you, is going to be the
smash burger challenge?
Smash Burger Challenge.
Yeah.
Chris Mooney, the 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 Buddha of burgers, or James P. White, the guru of anything tasty. Um,
The Buddha of burgers, the like the pig of Pygmalion.
but but I
Like
think we're good because we actually haven't had many glitches, and this uh, we have gone a really long time.
we have,
So,
like we should still like take a minute to mention our thing going up. It's a month from now at Remax. I hate to say Remax Fields.
oh yes, so we are doing the All Star Baseball Celebrity Challenge. It's gonna be it, if if you've known me for a couple years, I've been involved with events like this for a very long time. But so I am
Let,
gonna be
let,
the umpire, and
the kid that had to change his his camera so he couldn't like like anyway, the point is that it's for charity. What's the name of the charity?
uh, there's actually a number of different charities. There's like
Oh,
four of them, and
yeah, and
one of them is the Mental Health Association of Canada, I believe. Um, but it is
anyway,
the All Star slow pitch. It is August the 15th. It's a Saturday at Remax Field. So I will be the umpire. Uh, Mooney will be color commentary, and
I feel like if you're the umpire, I'm going to be dark commentary because
oh,
like so many of those calls are going to be garbage.
you're gonna be calling me out for
Yeah,
shit.
I'm
Oh
like
yeah,
I'm like I'm like I'm
it's
like this, looking, moving my finger back and forth. Can you see? Can you see?
but also there might be the odd time where I go, was that a ball or a strike? Oh fuck it, it's a ball. Um,
I'm looking forward to it because we're gonna make some money for charity, and it's just a whole bunch of, like Jimmy said, it's a confluence of like charitable outfits that I don't know why. I know why they chose Jimmy. I don't know why they wanted me to be there, but
I
regardless, there's a lot
I
of
I actually, to be honest, I shit talk you a lot, but I'm like, Mooney's good with sports. He would actually know when I'm just making shit up. Um,
so
and
it's like in anticipation of you shitting the bed. It's like I need a regulator. Like
but but yes. So the All Star, it's as I said, it's in
August 15th, and
August
it's at
15th.
Remax Field
Remax.
in the heart of downtown Edmonton. Hopefully, it'll be like hot as fuck, as like opposed to the last January when it's been raining like more than half the days. and we're both looking forward to it. And the reason we bring it up now on July 13th is it's a month away. Look it up, and we can't wait to see all our friends. And those of you that are friends of the podcast, we have tickets.
And for those of you that are listening to the podcast that are also our friends, buy tickets. Um, just saying. It's for charity, so I digress.
It's
But
for a good cause,
yes, and
and
like there's a number of different charities, and trust me, it's a fun event. And
like there's going to
and
be a
and
lot of local
there's
celebrities
gonna
there.
be there's gonna be like a chance that I might deal with some shit. But
There, there's a lot of local celebrities there, and more importantly, like it's for charity and it's going to be fun. And you can do both at the same time if you buy a ticket.
and it'll
Uh,
be fun even though my like Mooney will be there.
remember the fellow that we had lunch with when I
Yes,
almost ran you over? What's his name again?
Bart.
Bart. Let's get Bart on next week.
Yeah, we'll get him on in the next week or so.
Yeah, like next week would be good. Like, but we're gonna promote that thing, and just to help out Bart and the three causes, and come out to Remax Field on August 15th, and it'll be a fun day.
But
Even though Jimmy's gonna be there and like calling ball strikes and strikes balls and whatever.
and Mooney bald. But I digress. But on a different note, this was the Bald and Short of It podcast. I am James P. White. That is Chris Mooney.
Love you, brother.
I used to like you once, but see you next time.
Circling the toilet